Uh, let me just pull up. I just got to pull up the. I closed my Twitter a little bit ago.
What's up, everyone?
Yo, 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 yo.
We started, dude.
Year.
Oh, what the fuck? All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Week 8 NFL. We just wrapped up the college show, so don't forget to check that out. Also, gonna promo this real quick. Brett and I usually hang out for games on Sundays, Sunday night, and Monday night. So we usually have there's usually like 4 or 5 of us on average during the primetime games. So this past week, I took my laptop with me for Monday Night Football, and it was obviously the Bears-Rams game, which was awful.
For you.
But I recorded us with my laptop, and I cut up it's like 12 minutes of all the best reactions, and we talked about college football and a couple other predicament and scenarios. So we're gonna have that up too. So that's gonna be our main YouTube channel, Victory Lab Media on YouTube. So remember to check that out. It's pretty funny stuff. If you guys like it, do more of it. But anyway, if you saw our cards, our tweeted updates for records and stuff, it was an interesting week. But before we get to that, how you guys doing? I probably should have asked you guys that first.
I'm doing all right.
Doing all right. Yeah, bad week. Honestly, everyone in here but Alina had a bad week.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
you
pretty.
can basically assume I'm gonna have a bad week at this point.
Yeah, you're pretty horrendous right now. You gotta step up your mojo. But it was some pretty good football, honestly. On though, the 1 o'clock games, there's 6 of them that the endings were just insane.
Yeah. They almost looked like they were going to be 3 overtime games.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, the Browns scored to take the lead late. The Titans obviously missed a field goal. The fucking Falcons. Okay, so did you see the audio come out?
For
the Falcons
Matt
game?
Ryan.
Matt Ryan looks at Todd Gurley and he said, "We do not want to score. Do not score a touchdown here."
Oh, I didn't see that, no.
In the huddle before they played. Todd Gurley, I know if anyone listening to this probably listens to PMT, but Big Cat said it. He has a bonus for scoring either a certain amount of touchdowns or getting a certain amount of yards. It's a $500,000 bonus. He definitely is thinking about that, and he definitely wanted to score. I mean, he definitely wanted to fucking score. There's no doubt in my mind he wanted to.
Yeah, that's way different from a backup at Penn State running it in, not kind of brain farting versus.
Well, does everyone remember a few years ago when the Rams were playing someone and he went down on the 1 and he should have – the Packers, I think. And if he scores a touchdown, they cover the spread. And it was Portnoy had 50K on the game and he lost it, and he asked him about it at the Super Bowl, and he's like, "I don't care about fantasy points or anything like that. All I care about is winning the game." No, you don't, Todd. No, you don't. and
he tried.
To score, yes. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, the momentum was carrying him forward. I mean.
Yeah, but he's looking to run him over. You just go down on the 3. You don't even run the guy over on the 1.
Right. He tried to make it look like he was trying to fall short. He accidentally fell in.
Exactly. I'm going to get just enough. It was honestly, it was perfect. He got just enough to make it look like he tried everything not to do it. Because he had just the tip of the ball get in, but it was come on, man, you easily could have just went down on the 2.
What about you, Brett? How do you feel about Week 7 of NFL? Chargers, decent win. They look decent, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with Justin Herbert once again, but my card on here was not too good. Another do or die loss, so I'm gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah. So Brett and I. We mentioned it last week. So the do or die losing streak goes back to 0 after you do the punishment. So Brett and I have officially lost 4 do or dies in a row. But for losing streak purposes, for another punishment, all 3 of us, including Michael, are on a 1 do or die losing streak. Alina won his. He did a 3-team parlay. I think it was Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, or Bills.
Yeah, Chiefs, Chargers, Bills.
And the Bills are trying really hard not to beat the fucking Jets, too.
Which the only one of those games that was never, and the Chiefs, like, the whole time were leading. But the Bills, like, for a second, you're like, are they going to lose to the Jets?
Right. They
And then,
scored
like, the
field goals.
Chargers, the same thing. Like, it was like, are they going to blow this game? But, I mean,
Right.
obviously both teams ended up winning, and he won his parlay. But that
Yeah.
wasn't a sure thing. For a three-team parlay that you have to risk more than you get back, that was, like, one of the most unsure parlays I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I think he got at -117 for those.
That's my point. Is like you risk 11 to win 10.
Yeah, the one I did for one unit was +106.
See, that's what I'm saying. His was still
Right.
like he was given money. So, but obviously he won it. So kudos to him.
Yeah, good for him. So speaking of that, let's
It's why he's taking fucking vacation time, I guess.
quick recap of the records. I don't gotta get too specific. Obviously, we all three of us lost our do or dies. We all lost anywhere between 3.5 and 4.5 ish units last week. So overall, Michael is on the season. Michael's plus 7.82 units, 21, 21 and 1, and 4 and 4 on the do or dies. I mean, you're spreading your unit plays out well, it seems like. I mean, you're literally 500 and plus 7.82, so that's good for you. Brett is now -7.78, but his overall record is over 500, 24 and 22. Brett's going to bring a new strategy today that he's been teetering at. So I think Brett has some magic up the sleeves coming in the future. 3 and 5 overall and do or dies for Brett. And then I'm just in a different fucking galaxy at this point with standings. Like, do we even really need to say what my overall unit count is? Like, I have to tweet it out myself.
I think we don't say it because I think people will end this video right when they hear it. So
yeah. So if you really want to know, go check out our Twitter, DeGen Central, or at Victor Lat Bets if you really want to know how much pain I'm in every time I have to tweet these out. But new fucking week. Here we fucking go. Anybody got any more comments before we start talking about the week 8 games?
No, I really don't. Other than got 2 comments actually. They're short and sweet though. Bears lost. Fuck them. Steelers still undefeated. If you guys remember a few weeks ago,
great, bro. The Steelers look so good. I rescind
Nagy said that the Steelers are the worst 3-0 team.
I rescind my quote and comment of the 3-0 Steelers. I rescind it. I'm sorry.
Good. Thank you. Apology accepted. That's all I have to say.
I would still say the Bears
That's
now,
fair.
if they figure out the offense, like they are definitely making the playoffs still. I'm not worried about them at all. Like,
they'll make the playoffs.
yeah. And I actually mentioned this to you guys in the chat, people at home, a great strategy for some teams in the NFC right now that might not win their division. If you get that 5 seed in the NFC this year, you are going to play the Eagles, the Cowboys,
It's the Eagles.
Washington football team.
It's the Eagles.
The Eagles, basically, because the Eagles are going to keep getting a little healthier each week. But basically, we're going to play if you're the 5 seed, you're going to play the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, that is a great first round. If you're not the 1 seed, you don't get a bye. Like, I don't see why the Bears couldn't finish the season. I won't talk about the Bears too much because they're one of our games, but I'm really hoping like 10-6 is like the floor in my mind for the Bears, and 12-4 is still the ceiling, but 11-5 is super, like, definitely the most probable. Because we play the Saints this week, we play the Titans next week, so that's the end of our gauntlet schedule. And then the rest of our season is 500 or below, plus 2 games against the Packers. So, but so are the Steelers, though. The Steelers are kind of in their gauntlet too, like kind of.
Yeah. I mean, they're like at the end of it. Their schedule is so like they still have to go to Cleveland, and then they play the Ravens at home, and obviously they play at Baltimore this week. But I honestly think other than those 3 teams, like that's really the only teams that they play that are worth a shit. Like, yeah, like, okay, they play the Colts and at the Bills. I guess, never mind. So, Yeah, like they play the Ravens, they get the Cowboys, then the Bengals, and the Jaguars. That's fucking as easy as it gets, 3-week stretch. And they play the Ravens again, Washington football team at, but yeah. So I mean, like Big Ben fucking owns Cleveland. It's literally his kid, so I'm not afraid of like at Cleveland, but they have to play well this week. We're talking about that game, so I won't get too much into it.
We'll get more into playoffs closer to like weeks like 13 and 14. But sorry, what about you, Brett? You want to give a nice little like send off note about Herbert or the Chargers? Like, what are you looking forward to them for them?
A part of me wants us to just say fuck it and tank so we can draft Siwa from Oregon. That way, Herbert has a trustworthy alignment. But I think we got a chance to make the playoffs. We got the Broncos this week. We might be able to squeeze in and get hot. We're starting to get healthy. Eckler will come back. Chris Harris will come back. We might be able to squeeze in that 7th spot. So either way, I'm not really worried, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's fair, dude. I mean, like we said, I watch all the games with Brett, so I pretty much watch the Chargers just as much as I would watch any team that's not the Bears. Probably watch the Chargers more than any team that's not the Bears. They're good. I mean, they just need to play 4 quarters. They're good. Like, the coaching is a little questionable, but I do think the Chargers are in a good spot right now. Like, Herbert is amazing. Also, in that video where we mashed up our reactions from watching the Bears and the Rams game, it's about 12 and a half minutes long. One of the conversations is including discussion between Herbert and Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Super interesting, super fun.
God.
Like, really got into it. So we'll have that video up. Hopefully tonight. That's our main YouTube channel, Victory Lap Media. But let's get into the games. We got some highlight games to go through, and then we're gonna get to our cards. So Thursday night football tomorrow. We got the Falcons off another laughable loss. Laughable. To the Lions. The Lions
Understatement.
are going to Carolina to take on the Panthers. So we got the Panthers are -2 against this laughable Falcons team.
It went
under.
down?
What are we thinking?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Like, it is insane.
It's very
Falcons have a different way to lose guaranteed wins and it's different every fucking time they do it. It's different.
They fuck something up that cost them.
It's the most wild thing I've ever seen in my life. But also, what the fuck is up with this line? Like, the Panthers are decent, and actually, like, they don't let up a touchdown before half against the Saints. They probably win that football game. And if Teddy Bridgewater doesn't take a sack, that kicker definitely puts it in.
Oh, for sure.
Like, he almost hit a 65-yard field goal. He's definitely put in a 58-er. But I don't know. I like the Panthers. Yeah. Like, don't you just think the Falcons are, like, dead now? Like, they're like, okay, we finally won a game. Now we're playing the Lions. We can probably win this game. At this point now, I think it's just kind of like, okay, we're dead. Like, we're just, why even play? Like I think some teams get like a little luster after they fire a coach. Like, they get a new guy in there, the new guy's happy and he's excited. And they won their first game with him as a coach. And then I think they look decent against the Lions. And then, but losing it, it's like, nah, dude, I don't know. This line is so fucking weird, but I like the Panthers.
What about you, Brett?
Yeah, I'm definitely on the Panthers. If it's -2, that's huge for me. I thought it was -2.5. But yeah, I'm definitely on the Panthers. The Falcons just invent new ways to fucking lose every week.
And you gotta think they're gonna just lose too. You know what I mean? Like, not
probably. So you might as well just take the -2. I mean,
yeah,
Panthers should win this game. And Matt Rule has done an absolutely awesome job coaching these guys, because as far as talent on the roster on paper goes, I'm not sure they're in the top half of the league, but they're playing like it. You know what I mean? So, but I also want to add, I love the over here, 51.5.
Oh yeah.
Even though it was 49.5 to start, I think it might have been even lower.
the Falcons aren't stopping the The Panthers' offense's scheme is like really good, and Joe Brady's a really good offensive coordinator. Teddy Bridgewater is Mr. Consistency. Like the Falcons aren't stopping them, and then on vice versa, like the Falcons are going to put up some points with Julio, Calvin Ridley, and Matt Ryan.
Too many playmakers at least not at least score a couple touchdowns.
And not good defenses.
Yeah, I mean,
horrible.
When I first looked at the card, like I had to do like a double take is how hard this feels, just like a sucker bet, because there's no reason that shouldn't be at least Panthers -3.5, like at least. But that being said, like the Panthers eat on defenses that are not above average this year. Like they've scored, like look, even just the game against the Saints this past week, well they lost 24-27. I mean, and I think the Saints have like a middle of the road defense, and they still put up 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
I mean, the Raiders, they scored 30. The Chargers held them low. The Cardinals, they scored 31. Oh, they've already beaten the Falcons.
Yeah, the Falcons' defense literally is not to be spoken for.
Do you think that's why the line's so low?
Possibly, but it doesn't really matter. Like, I think Carolina as well. Like, they're so much more well-rounded with the passing game. Like, DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson are probably like, I won't say probably. They are the most underrated wide receiver duo in the NFL right now, no doubt. So, yeah, -2. Fucking take it. Like, don't think about it. Just fucking do it. Don't make a big play. Just take the free money. It'll give you some more action to place later in the day. I think that's a super steal. All right. So, any more comments on that game?
No.
All right. Next game we're going to talk. What's up?
Just fuck the Falcons.
That's all that's it. About it. I agree. I'll repeat that statement. Fuck the Falcons. Okay. You too, Michael? You also want to throw one of those?
Yeah, fuck the Falcons. I agree.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, Raiders going to Browns. Right. Raiders 3-3. Browns 5-2. I have no idea what the fuck to make of either of these teams right now. Browns lose Odell Beckham, and Baker looks like he's actually a first-round quarterback. After like that whole second half, he was dropping dimes, bro. Like he was throwing the ball. He had 2 top 10 plays from NFL Sunday, like on ESPN, and I couldn't argue with him. Like they were perfect passes over 25, 30 yards, 40 yards in the air. Like he looked great.
Yeah, I think like losing Odell, I think is big in terms of big play ability, just because like Odell's really good at that. But I also think Baker feels the need to like really stare down Odell,
target him out, and not think about
it.
And like Jarvis,
he doesn't want Odell mad at him.
Exactly, and Jarvis Landry, I don't think is like he's not as into me as like even close to Odell is. So he's fine if you throw to everyone else if they're winning. I think the Raiders are like Nagy, we talked about this before. I think coming into the year, they were excited. John Gruden had his rah-rah speeches, new stadium, and they were playing pretty well. I think now, like, they're kind of done.
Yeah, they don't have that fire.
Yeah, like 2.5 at home. I love the Browns. Under a field goal, I actually need to win by a touchdown, but I love the Browns.
Oh, the over-under is also 51.5 here. So, I mean, I think double-dipping Browns -2.5 and over is like a super sane play. I don't think the Raiders I think the Raiders defense is super average. I think the Browns defense is at least probably like a top 9 or probably top 8 defense in the league if they play well. I mean, like in terms of like playmakers, they don't play every game like they're a top 10 defense, but they have the playmakers.
You talking about the Browns?
Yeah, like
I mean, the thing is like I don't know.
They did give up 31 to the Bengals this past week, which I don't know if it speaks more problems to the Browns defense.
Yeah.
How good Joe Burrow is connecting with.
But the problem is like the Bengals offense line is so bad, and Burrow was sitting back there and picking. Like that's what I didn't get. But I don't know. At home, like They have fans. I do think just having some fans gives like the players a sense of normalcy and
Especially
like
in Cleveland.
that's what I'm saying, like normalcy and like just like getting excited when you make a play with people other than your teammates. But yeah, Brett, I don't even know who I cut off, but I like the Browns. Yeah,
I skipped Brett. That's my bad. What do you got here, Brett?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I mean, the Browns' defense to me is average, but they do have like, let's say Denzel Ward is probably a top 10. At least the way he's playing, top 10 corner right now. Myles Garrett's probably top 5, maybe even top 3 pass rusher. So those are game changers, but the rest of the names on that defense don't impress me, at least not yet. But this is one of those games where I'm feeling Browns -2.5, and that's what I'm gonna take. But Sunday I could wake up and feel completely different because I don't know what to make from these guys. So yes, I'm going Browns 2.5, just because Baker showed that maybe without Odell, he's actually scanning his progressions and not, pissing down his leg like, oh, am I getting Odell enough looks? And Donovan Peoples-Jones is a name that I think is about to really hit the scene. So I'm gonna go Browns, and I really like the over because even the over at 52.5, defenses aren't impressive.
Yeah.
I'll take the.
I got the over-under right now is 51.5. I did look up the weather while you guys were giving your selections. It's supposed to be 51 and then rain like in and out on the day. So, but I still like both run games. Even with the run games both these teams have, like Josh Jacobs versus Kareem Hunt, like I don't think that's going to hinder them too much from getting in the end zone if the weather is like slightly sloshy. But like with the rain included, I do like Browns -2.5 a little bit more than the over. I think the Browns, even with the even with like that Steelers loss, I think they still like perform pretty well coming off of like a defeating loss. Like some teams don't bounce back well, but they looked really decent. And I think the Bengals are like better than what most people give them credit for this year. So yeah, I like Browns -2.5, pretty solid. All right, so next game we're going to talk about. We got the only undefeated team left in the NFL, the Pittsburgh Steelers, going over to Baltimore, who is coming off a bye week, a fresh Lamar, a fresh Hollywood Brown. And the line is definitely showing the bye week into fruition. So the Ravens are -3.5 against the last undefeated team in the NFL. Over-under is only 46.5. What are we thinking here?
So the Ravens, I think, are probably going to win. Yeah, I think the Ravens will win. I think the Ravens Steelers will split home and home this year. And but out of principle, I need to take the Steelers. I mean, you're 6-0, they're my team. But yeah, I just feel like the Ravens at home, they haven't really beaten anyone good this year. The one team that they played that was good, they lost to was the Chiefs. I think this is are we for real game? Let's prove to everyone that like we're not going to choke in the playoffs again for the third straight year type of thing. The Steelers losing Devin Bush is fucking massive for their defense. He's so good, and he's their middle linebacker. But yeah, this sucks. But I think the Ravens will win.
What about the 3.5? Like, how are you feeling about?
They'll win by a touchdown.
Okay. What about you, Brett?
I just can't let these points go for me, so I'm probably going to go Steelers +3.5. I feel like this could come down to a field goal. This could be one of those grit and grind, AFC North matchups. And with the Steelers playing the way they are, I got to take the +3.5 just to be safe. They have a chance to win this. I really don't know, but I do love the over once again. 46.5. I don't know what went into that. I mean, the Ravens gave up like 28 points to the goddamn Eagles, and the Steelers gave up a bunch of second half points to the Titans last week. I mean, the defenses are good, but they've given up points, and I think 46 is just way too low for me. So I really like the over.
Yeah, I also I'm going to use that argument for the Eagles to say why I think three, like, if you're getting more than a field goal for the last undefeated team, like, I feel like you almost have to take it. Like, it feels like a sucker, like it looks like a sucker bet, but like I don't think it is. Like, I really like plus 3.5. I think this is an easy tease play. Once it comes to your card, honestly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like if you do like a 4 or 5 point tease parlay, like the Steelers got to be one of them. Get them over a touchdown. Like they're not losing by
Mhm.
more than a touchdown here. Um,
Yep.
but Steelers have shown that their defense can shut down offenses early. Like they absolutely look like they're gonna fucking roll through Tennessee, just like they rolled through the Browns the week before. I really like how gritty their defense is, and a lot of people don't appreciate good defenses as much anymore. But being a Bears fan, I obviously have got to have an eye for that. There's not much to watch on offense. So I like the Steelers. Like I think the Ravens defense has also kind of been under talked about and underappreciated. Just because, like we've said, they kind of go into prevent mode sometimes and give up like unnecessary points. The Bears do that too. So yeah, I like 3.5. Give me 3.5. Even if the Steelers are down 2 scores, uh, I think they're going to backdoor cover at worst here. So that's all I have to say about that game. We got 2 more games left to talk about. We got 3 more games to talk about. Sorry. We have the Saints, New Orleans Saints,
Yes.
coming to your boy's hometown, future hometown, Michael's current hometown, but my future hometown. Maybe Brett's too, depending where life takes him. Chicago. The Bears coming off
Outside.
the Bears coming off a tough primetime game here. So the Bears at home right now are +4, and the over/under is staying consistent with Bears games, and Bears defense is staying right there, 43.5. You're never going to see a Bears over/under fluctuate any farther away from 42.5 to 44.5, 45.5. It's never going to be outside of that range. So, what do you like here, boys?
Look, honestly, going into Monday night, I was like, love the Rams in this situation. I think they'll win. I don't know if they'll cover, though. I think the Bears will lose to the Rams. It'll be probably a tough game. They'll bounce back and beat the Saints. Now, after watching that Monday night game, I think the Saints win. I don't think – like, I think the Bears' offense is almost just getting worse each week. And I think their defense is getting so worn out because they're just doing everything for them. And if Eddie Jackson doesn't scoop and score that touchdown,
no offense, like 0-0 touchdowns. Like
is that they don't score a touchdown in that game. Like,
we didn't score. Foles had no touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
yeah.
Also under pressure a lot, but like
I think Nagy definitely has to be better, but like I also think it's kind of a bullshit move though that like none of the blame is really going towards Foles at all.
no, it's not.
There's a few throws that he makes that it's like, dude, like, yeah, I get it, you're off it, but like you had time. You could have just easily threw it somewhere else. Like the game was over, but his throw to that Jalen Ramsey picked off, that was just a fucking horrendous throw. Like yeah, but it's like I don't know. Like I think he deserves more of the blame, but I like the Saints in this situation. I think the Saints are kind of rolling. As long as Sean Payton doesn't fuck up and try to just continue to force Taysom Hill to be a thing, I think Drew Brees has actually gotten in a pretty good rhythm lately. I like the Saints, though. Now, I don't know about the 4.5, right? 4.5.
Just 4.
4. I don't know about that because he could get like a 28-24 game. Bears might cover that. But to win the game, I think the Saints win.
All right, what about you, Brett?
Yeah, what we watched on, was it Monday?
Yeah, Monday night.
That was rough. So I'm probably just going to go with the Saints here as well, honestly. I like the over-under better, which I would lean towards the under. Because that offense was just like a pain to watch for me. I don't know what's going on, but something's got to
Okay.
change, and I don't think it's going to happen against the Saints.
To your point about the offense too, like, why is it? Oh, we panic. Okay, we're fucking running a jet sweep or a sweep to Cordell Patterson. Why is that even in the playbook? Because it never fucking works.
I didn't understand why it was okay. It's fourth and 3, and you need a first down. You need to drop a play to get yards, and you're averaging 1.5 yards a carry all game. The run game's not working, so let's try to get cute. Like, why not? Like, I agree. That was just so stupid. So yeah,
It just seems like every game I watch when they play, and they line up Cordell Patterson at running back, or they run a jet sweep with him or anything, like it just goes nowhere.
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep somewhat of a similar playbook because Tariq Cohen, like those would be his plays, and
Yeah,
he's
but like
a
they
lot more
like
shifty and can like find holes easier than big ass Cordero Patterson. So I just don't think it's translating very well from Tariq Cohen ran these to.
but it's like you can't ask DK Metcalf to do stuff that Tyler Lockett does, and you can't ask Tyler Lockett to do stuff to DK Metcalf. Like it's not gonna, if it doesn't translate, it doesn't translate. You continuing in the playbook is just fucking retarded.
And like he's a huge film guy, and I think like hopefully at some point this week they sit down and say, "Yo, like we have like a top 3 defense. We just need our offense to be competent." Like the Bears defense like played okay and still only gave up 24 points. And the Rams starting field position was great almost every single time they got the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And we still held them to 24 points. Like this offense, like if I'm the defense, like I'm feeling like that's what the offense needs to be thinking, like, hey, we're letting our boys on defense down. Like, it's time to step the fuck up. Not just the players, but like coaches, coordinators, like it's time to step the fuck up. Like if like this defense is literally on pace statistically to have better production than they did with the 2018 defense, which was like the raid and everyone was talking about the 2018 Bears defense. It's just time to step the fuck up on offense. And in the middle of the game, or after the same interception you're talking about for Foles, I literally said, this will be in that YouTube video we were promoting early too, of our live reactions. Mm-hmm. Bro, Mitch would have been so fucking fired up to come into that game down 2 scores, like not that much pressure on him. They're already losing. He's mobile. Like I think it's a legitimate argument that Trubisky needs to start games against good defensive lines and good pass rushing teams. Like he is so much more mobile, and Nick Foles has not produced very well against teams that can get into the backfield.
What was that stupid stat you told us? Coaches in their 3rd year.
Oh, yeah. Dicko won the Super Bowl his 3rd year as a Bears head coach. Lovie Smith went to the Super Bowl, lost to the Colts. 3rd year as head coach in Chicago, and now Matt Nagy's in his 3rd year as a head coach.
Losing in the first round of the playoffs in his 3rd year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Super Bowl.
So
what did you say, Brett?
Wait, let me ask this question real quick, Brett. What realistically do you think this team has Super Bowl like chance?
Chance, not as of right now. Potential, absolutely 100%. Because like the offense just needs to like just roll around. Like they need to find like what works for their offense, which sucks because it is the middle of. It's like we're 8 weeks into this now. I think that's where the no offense is really hurting right now because the defense wasn't going to be the problem. It was trying to figure out what to do with the offense with Nick, and they just didn't have as much time. But it's not a good excuse because every team didn't have a lot of time. But we are instituting like a new quarterback, and it's not going as well as we were hoping. But that being said, you guys both took the Saints. Both the Bears' losses this season had been to other teams who have top 5 defenses when fully healthy. I think the Rams' defense is really stacked, maybe top 6, but Rams and the Colts, like very good defenses. The Saints' defense, No, like we're not going to struggle nearly as much offensively. Plus the 4 points, I like it. I'm not saying the Bears are going to win because the Bears are in a tough part of the schedule. Like we said, the offense might be or the defense might be a little tired. The O linemen are definitely fucking tired. But yeah, I like +4. The Saints haven't been super special. I mean, we beat the Panthers, who they just played by more points at Carolina than they beat Carolina at home. So like that's a good shared matchup. So yeah, give me the 4 points. I like 4 points.
Brett, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, here's an idea: just start a new quarterback every week, and then bring the guy in who's pissed off in the fourth quarter to win you the game. You never know.
Yeah. Because like Mitch is already down because he got taken out. But if you put him back in the game, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I got another chance. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna fry."
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then next week you can do it with Foles because he'll be pissed off and he'll come play angry, just like he did against the Falcons.
Yeah, he scored 3 touchdowns in one half, and since then,
Why not?
last 4 games, he's scored 3 touchdowns. So, I mean,
Then it throws the defenses off because they game plan for the other guy. Fuck it.
All right. For the sake of all the non-Bears fans, I apologize again. Moving on. No more Bears talk until we get to the cards. Next game we got pretty solid matchup. The 49ers are on a hot streak. They're playing really well the past 2 or 3 weeks. They're going into Seattle to play Russell Wilson, coming off a tough overtime botched loss to the Cardinals. So Seattle is -2.5, and the over/under is 53 here.
So Brett called it in our group chat. He should have switched his pick on the actual card, but he did say the Cardinals would beat the Seahawks. It was kind of one of those games, though, that it just was like, does either team want to win this fucking game, you know? But because it was a good game, though. It wasn't like a shitty football game where you're like, these teams suck. It was like two good teams that just kept making critical mistakes when they needed to win the game. But are the Niners like kind of coming to form again? You know, like they're starting to look like they did last year. And I know they have a bunch of injuries, but like you had to have think like the first 2 weeks of Bosa and all those D linemen going out that it was going to be an adjustment for them to kind of get their defense back. But their D coordinator's a fucking G. And Shanahan, I mean, this is an insane job. They just plug in a different running back every play, and he rushes for 10 yards.
Right.
I would say because of the Seahawks loss and because it's at home, I like the Seahawks in this game. Honestly, I would have probably gone whoever was at home. I know there's no fans, but it's also like preparation. You're used to playing at home, all that kind of stuff. I would probably just go whoever was at home. You know, Russell had a chance on Sunday to kind of run away with the MVP race. And with those interceptions, it's like, I mean, it's still probably just him and Rodgers, but like Brady's looking
probably in there too.
Kyler Murray's like kind of squeaking in if he can limit turnovers and score more and they continue to win. But yeah, I mean, Tom Brady since like week 3 or 4, he's been the best quarterback in football. So like, well, statistically he has been.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then so like Russell, I mean, it's another chance though. He's playing a big time matchup. It's another chance to prove why he's the MVP. And I think you see a bounce back game from DK. He didn't play like shit. He just didn't really get any targets. He didn't. I mean, that was one of the craziest plays I've ever seen in my life when he chased down Budda Baker. It wasn't like he chased down a linebacker or like a D lineman. He chased down one of the fastest dudes on the D, like one of the fastest safeties in the league.
Yeah, he ran a 4.45. I mean, he's not slow.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like he chased down a 4.7 40 guy. He chased down Budda fucking Baker. Like also. What a name. Budda Baker is like one of the sickest names ever.
That's okay, yeah.
Especially when you hit hard as fuck and like play safety. That's fucking sick. But I like this.
I also really thought that the Cardinals defense was going to do a little, like slightly better. They did well, especially like the interception was huge.
Yeah.
I did like Seattle did kind of like drive down the field a little faster than I was anticipating.
Yeah. Seattle's offense is so fucking good. It really is. I do think their offensive coordinator just calls some moronic plays sometimes. Like when they had 3rd and 2 or whatever, the drive that the Cardinals got the ball back to tie it up in the fourth quarter. Like 3rd and 2, and you're going to line up in the eye and run a power when you have Russell Wilson at quarterback is just so idiotic to me. But their defense is so fucking bad. Like, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Brett? What do you think here? Or did you give a pick?
I said Seahawks.
What's
My
that?
bad. I said Seahawks.
Yeah, 2.5. You did.
Brett, wow.
Yeah. For me, I think last week I took the 49ers money line, and they might have been, again, plus 2.5 against the Patriots, and that was an easy bet. And I feel like this could be a sucker into doing it again for people. And I agree with Whitfield here. I think the Seahawks bounce back. We're at the 12th man. I don't know about Jamal Adams, but I know they went and they did at least got a mediocre pass rusher who's like you can actually feel his presence. They went and got Carlos Dunlap today from the Bengals. He'll help out at least a little bit.
I mean, it's better than what they fucking had.
Yeah, absolutely. So at least like you got something. And Jamal Adams is supposed to come back and practice. So for the way the 49ers play with a lot of ground and pound, that helps a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the line, the spread's less than a field goal, so I'm definitely leaning Seattle. I love this is one of those these NFC West games are awesome, dude. Like, this
really
isn't
are.
something I'm going to put on my card. I might just sit back and watch this game, bet the over, and root for points. These games are fun to watch. So, but yeah, I'll go with Seattle.
It's clearly the best division in football, like by far.
Oh, 100%.
I mean,
every team
absolutely.
is over 500.
Yeah.
So they should just trade one of their teams to the NFC East.
They were talking like
help.
all 4 teams can technically get in if they just like all split their games and then like they all continue to beat
right
outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like insane, Nagy though.
Hopefully that doesn't happen because then the Bears won't make the playoffs. But
yeah, true.
Sorry, not talking about the Bears anymore until we get to the Cards. I love the over. I like there should be 56, 57 points here. I don't think Seattle's defense has proven much. The 49ers defense has played well, but it's actually still kind of banged up.
It's going to be banged up all year though.
Yeah, I mean 53 points, I think I really want to take the 2.5, but the Seattle is just close every game. But I do like the over. I mean, the 49ers banged up defense is not as good as what the Cardinals defense was this past week. And Seattle still put up 31 points or 34 points. So yeah, I love the over actually.
Why can't Seattle just play a normal game though? They never play a normal
defense,
game,
bro. The defense is not really that good. It's really
it's horrible.
It's really offensive defense. It's almost like the I don't really want to get. Okay, I won't even say that.
Just move on. Jesus Christ.
All right, so you both like Seattle. I like the over. I think. It's just so weird with the 2.5, just because of so many of the Seattle games feel like they're going to come down to a point or two. But I do agree with the bounce back kind of thought here. So I would favor the Seattle on the spread if I did, but I love the over. So last highlight game we're going to talk about before we get to our cards, the shittiest fucking division. Getting a prime time spot here, fucking awful for fans everywhere. That's not a Cowboys or.
I'm removing myself from this conversation. I will not discuss this game. Fuck them.
All right, so real quick, everyone, we won't even talk about these teams. They're dog shit. I will say the spreads. I will say the over under, and we will just say one of them, and then we will go to our card. Okay, so Cowboys going to Philadelphia. Philadelphia minus 8.5 over under. 43.5, laughable, shitty defenses and shitty offenses, both shitty defenses, and it's still low over under. Go.
Can we say? I want to say this though. This has nothing to do with the game though.
Okay.
I think if a division does not have a team above 500, they lose the option to make the playoffs. And I also do not think just because you win your division, you deserve home field advantage.
I do agree with the home field advantage one.
Like, there's no reason that if the Bears go
Yeah.
11-5 and the Eagles are 7-9, the Bears should have to travel to Philadelphia to play.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that. I hope we have to travel to Philadelphia so we can fuck them up. on
Yeah,
their
so you
home.
can beat them, but like the Bears should be playing that game at home.
I agree, 100%.
But that's all I have to say about this game. Fuck this game.
What do you like?
Nothing. I'm not talking about it.
Oh, you don't even want to say one.
No, I'm not talking about it. Fuck them. Until
Okay.
a team in that division becomes 500, I will not talk about any game.
Okay. Brett? Or
Eagles
no?
in the under.
Eagles
in the under. These teams fucking blow. I don't know who Ben DiNucci is.
No, those
Fuck this game.
Ben DiNucci are so fucking
Man, well, they need to fucking flex this emergency flex and put the Steelers Ravens or something. I mean, come on, man.
Oh my god! Like
If this game's on, I'm going to bed. Like I'm going to bed after the 4 o'clock games. I'm not watching that.
I actually kind of hope
it's.
I kind of hope it's on because it'll be like the first Sunday I like don't fall asleep at 12:30. Yeah, so like fuck it, man.
True. Get some sleep.
Dude, like if NBC like doesn't want, I mean the Cowboys and the Eagles both do have like good fan bases.
I don't think the NBC makes the decision though.
No.
I'm taking this to Twitter after.
They don't. It's definitely like a partnership between the NFL.
The NFL makes the decision, yeah, for sure.
Right. Well,
but the thing is like I said this the other day. It's 2 shitty teams, but it's still Cowboys, Eagles, and Cowboys are probably the #1 fan base in football. Like they're gonna get ratings.
I would rather watch the Chargers play the Broncos.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, at least you get young talent in that game.
Exactly.
At least we get good. We give you good games.
Yeah,
we can play with anybody.
And now,
and
like,
the only reason I say that is because you can't do. I'm looking at the 4 o'clock games. You can't really give it to Bears Saints because the Bears just did Monday Night Football. Like you gotta spread that
Ravens.
out. And Seattle just had Sunday night.
Yeah,
So,
it's not gonna get flexed.
Ravens.
It's not going to. So
Unfortunately.
Why not Steelers Ravens?
Oh, just because you usually don't flex a 1 o'clock to a prime time.
They're 4 o'clock. Steelers Ravens, aren't they?
No, it's 1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock. Yeah.
What the
But
fuck?
anyway, that being said, fuck both these teams under. All right, let's get to our cards.
Under, yeah.
Yeah, 43.5 under.
Yep.
So we are
went
all
up. Nice.
one do or die losing streak. Alina's card will be tweeted out. Make sure you check out Twitter for that. We'll also be tweeting out other links for other videos, like I've mentioned. DeGen Central, Victory Lap Bets on Twitter, or our main Victory Lap Media at Victory Lap Media. Anybody eager to go first?
I'll start off. Okay, so I got the Steelers money line. I know I said the Ravens will probably win this game, but when you're getting plus 175, at least that's what I saw. Like Steelers are 6-0. I do think the Ravens, like until they start beating good teams, I just won't trust them until they win a playoff game, all that kind of shit. Huh?
It's fantastic value.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's just like one of those. I'll take it, and if they lose, they lose. I'll ride with it.
Sure.
Okay, so Steelers money line. I got the Browns minus 2.5 at home. We discussed that game. I just think that line is way too small. I think the fucking Raiders blow now. Brett, you're not gonna like this, but I like the Broncos money line. I just think whoever is at home was gonna win that game. And then I got the Panthers minus 2 on Thursday night. I got the Rams minus 3.5. They are traveling to Miami with a short week, but if Fitzpatrick was playing, I would not like this line. I do think Tua struggles a little bit because of his first game. And he's got to deal with Aaron Donald, which is not fun for anyone to deal with. So
Yeah,
those are my plays with my do or die still left.
All right, what about you, Brett? What do you got for this week?
Okay. I'll start with the Seahawks and 49ers over. I love it. I think that's going to be one of them shootout NFC West games, just like we saw. Steelers Ravens over, like I mentioned earlier, 46.5. I did my card a few hours ago. I don't know if like you guys have the same numbers or what, but
I'm trying to.
going against Whitfield here, I have Chargers -3. I don't see us. I mean, finally we're back down to earth with the Chargers line, where it's like within a field goal. Okay, we can win that game by a field goal. Panthers Falcons over. Absolutely love it. I got 51.5. Saints Bears under. I don't see enough points being scored there. I won't elaborate as to why. And Colts -2.5.
Yeah, I saw that one. Dude, the Lions have been like +2.5 the last like 3 weeks and have won every week. I don't
Right.
understand it. But I mean, yeah, if the Colts come out and just play how they should, there's no reason why they shouldn't win this game by a field goal.
Speaking of that, that was actually going to be the first game I put on my card. I was going to do Lions money line, but I absolutely love getting 2.5 points here at home. I think it's super critical. Like a ton of Lions games have come down to that miracle field goal. They did it against the Cardinals. They did it against the Falcons. And the Colts are kind of banged up right now. Definitely could see a similar game happening here. The Lions got a little fire under them. They're 3-3. Like the Lions have a legitimate chance. Like I'm not saying they're as good as the other teams in the wild card chase, but like they're at least like hunting right now. So I like Lions +2.5. I threw the Panthers -2 on my card as we were talking because it went from me thinking it was a trap to me thinking that the shit. So that's on the card.
I might add that too.
Browns -2.5 against fuck, I forget who they play. The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yep. And then I'm actually riding with the Bills this week. They're due for like a huge game. Like they're due to blow them out by like 17. Like they haven't scored very many touchdowns the last couple weeks, and the Patriots are in shambles right now. I really like the Bills. That might be a do or die later for someone. Steelers +3.5 against the Ravens. Mentioned it earlier while we talked about it. Definitely love getting 3.5 points with how good they've been playing and grindy they are. I have a couple of money line plays. I got the Bears, obviously. Bears are going to beat the Saints. Great bounce back opportunity. Not playing a very good defense. Offense is going to have an easier time here. Right now, you can get a +188. That is fantastic for a team that's 5-2 and going to play a team that has not performed as well against common opponents. So feed me +188. My other money line bet is going to be the Bengals, who are playing the Titans. I think there's great value here. Like Joey Burrow is looking fantastic. The offense is clicking. Just worried about the defense a little bit. I don't think the defense is going to do much to stop fucking Derrick Henry very much. But like the Titans pass game has been so inconsistent. Like if they can like at least hold Derrick Henry to under like 150 yards, they definitely stand a chance in this game. So you can get that at +200 right now. And the Bengals are at home, and they have like some fans. So definitely like the Bengals there. And then my last two are over-unders. I got Seattle's over as well, 53 for Seattle and 49ers. And then I also have the Monday night game over 46. Buccaneers probably get a defensive touchdown. Daniel Jones turnover machine. I think the Bucs are going to score 31, 35 points here. And the
Bucs
Giants
are fucking rolling right now.
Yeah, they are. And the Bears beat them, so fuck everyone. Over 46 there. I think that's very fine. Like I said, the Bucs are gonna put up 31 to 35 points, and you only need the Giants basically to score 2 touchdowns.
Do you guys have a softball game this weekend?
We do. We actually have our championship game on Sunday.
What time?
3 and 4.
Is it 3 and 4? Yeah, it is 3 and 4.
Fuck, I was gonna say you guys really need to live stream the Bears game this weekend. But why don't you get some clips from your softball games?
I don't know.
Nagy sliding head first.
We probably should. We're playing for the championship. So real quick, our team last year we won 4 out of like 14 games, and this year we've lost one and playing
Yeah.
for the championship. So
Where do you guys play at?
Belleville, like where Belleville was. It's not called Belleville anymore. Over by Mathis, little.
Byers.
Oh, okay.
Byers.
Yeah, it's called Byers now. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, do or dies. Let's fucking go.
Yep.
I'll go last because I'm doing something interesting for my do or die.
Yep. Yep, I'll go first. All right, so I have the Bills -3.5. Nagy already touched on it. So the Patriots are probably going to trade Stephon Gilmore. They're definitely just kind of just throwing the season away. Cam Newton struggled. Their whole offense has struggled. They don't really have any weapons. I think he's struggling throwing the ball, and they don't have weapons, and their defense can't stop any. It's just literally everything is adding up for them sucking. And I think that the lines have not adjusted yet because they're continuing to think the Bill Belichick factor is going to come in.
That's fair.
But I also think that they're just kind of throwing the season in. I think if they would have beat the Niners, you'd be looking at okay, let's still try to make the playoffs type of thing. But they're 2-4. Even if they try in this game, I don't think they could beat the Bills. I think the Bills played so bad against the Jets, they're going to try to play better.
Mm-hmm.
And then you throw in if Stephon Gilmore gets traded, it's definitely they're just tanking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So I love the Bills in this situation. We'll put a 5 burgers on it, and that's my play.
All right, what about you, Brett? We cooking up another over here, or what are we thinking?
Nope. I'm gonna go Rams -3 against Miami. I know Mike had that on his card. I don't care about the short week. I don't understand why Flores is throwing Tua into the fire against Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey in his first game when he could have just started him against the Jets rather than just bringing him in for 2 flat route throws in the fourth quarter. Then he could have got a little bit of confidence against a shit team. But now you're coming off a bye and you're going up against a hot Rams team against the best defensive maybe player in the NFL. I don't see. I mean, the Dolphins could be a little competitive here because it's a short week and whatnot. But there's no way the Rams lose this game by. I just don't see the Rams losing at all. I don't see them winning by less than a field goal either.
See, that's a good point, Brett. I get waiting to the bye week to give him 2 weeks to work with the ones, but it's also you're playing the Jets. Why not start him against the Jets? He gets a game and the bye week and the week before this game. To just throw him in is absurd, especially the way Leonard Floyd's playing well for the Rams D line. Aaron Donald is I think he's the best player on defense in football. It's insane to me. And I think Fitz gives them a little bit of this juice that they're not going to have anymore because Tua they're not starting Tua because they're oh, we'll make a playoff push with Tua. They're starting Tua because they're in 3 years he's going to be our guy. We need him to be good and ready to go.
Yeah.
So
you also want him to be healthy. You want him to be healthy. Why are you putting him up against Aaron Donald in his first game when he has injury concerns? If Aaron Donald gets a hold of him and rips his hip out of place, oh my God, Brian Flores is going to lose his job. But Rams -3.
Good pick. The only thing I would be worried about for the Rams, which it does look like a very tasty line, it's actually not on my card at all. But the Rams haven't really had a huge offensive production the whole year. So I would just be a little worried just because if the Dolphins put up –
I mean, they scored over 30 against the Bills.
They scored 30 multiple times this year.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the Bills was the only game.
What game you watching, buddy?
Obviously not the Rams because I thought the Bears were going to beat them this week.
I'll tell you right now how many points they've scored. So Week 1, they scored 20. Week 2, they scored 37.
Who'd they play?
The Eagles.
Huh.
Week 3, but the Eagles' defense is not bad. They're just on the field the whole time.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
And 37 points is 37 points. Week 3, 32 points. Week 4, they played the Bills. Week 4, shitty game, but beat the Giants, only scored 17 points. Week 5, they played the Washington football team. They scored 30 points.
Okay, so they played the NFC East, and that's all their 30-point games.
Yeah, but then
But I guess the Dolphins don't really have much better defense than any of those teams.
I was just about to say, like, are the Dolphins really that much better than?
I rescind it.
See, you make these comments sometimes, and it's like, Nagy, are you watching the same team? Because they've scored.
No, I don't watch the Rams because they were playing NFC East teams and the NFC blows.
Yeah.
But then don't say the comment is what I'm saying.
But like thinking in my brain,
Okay, I know. It's just
Because
it's
I don't
funny
see
to
the
hear
game.
It's funny to
Right.
hear sometimes because it's like, wait, I'm
That
pretty sure they
was-
scored 30 like 5 times this year.
right? Because no one was talking about them because they're playing such shitty teams. So I just
That's
assumed they
very
were.
true. They have not, or they have been playing shitty teams.
Here is my
Tua's
card.
gonna throw a pick 6.
Here is my card on my phone.
Yep.
I have 9 plays. You can look at it, pause it, whatever right now. And I pulled up a fucking Google number generator, and whichever one it lands on, or so the first time I do it, it's going to be the game, so 1 through 9, and then I'm going to do it again, 3 through 6, for how many units I can put on it.
Okay.
So they was already on 6 when I pulled up the app, so I don't know how well this is going to focus.
All right. No, we could see it actually until you did that.
That better. Whatever. I'll just tell you what.
All right, go,
Like
fucking
this,
go,
I won't touch
fucking
it
go.
twice. Fucking do it. Oh, 7.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do 3 through 6 for my units because I can't go crazy. And then
Dude.
3, 5.
So
So
you're teetering. You're teetering on like getting close.
no, guess which game it is, bro?
The Bears
It's the Bears.
for 5 dogs,
5 bones.
dude.
Yo,
4?
No, he has money line.
yeah, I do.
Oh no.
Because look, I already have my fucking card.
Are you
all-
gonna have to eat 10 burgers again in 2 weeks? Are you about to go on a 2
No.
DOD?
We had someone DM me and said, "Your boys' next challenge should be the wing challenge."
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
homeboy over there must have been talking up about how he
Yeah.
can easily do it. So
Yeah.
Who messaged you that?
don't worry about it, man. I got eyes everywhere.
I
We
bet it
had
was
somebody mad that I
100% it
didn't
was
eat the
Jared
burgers.
Dom Cataldo.
Who?
100% was Jay Eggman or Dominic Cataldo.
No, it was neither of them.
Wow. Because I know they tuned in for the burger one.
Did they?
Yeah, they texted me. They said that was fucking hilarious.
You yeah, but it was someone that you're friends with, so but it was not either of them, no. But
Huh. Okay.
I think that's your next one. So
All right, so fuck whoever actually tweeted us. Fuck y'all.
no, they didn't tweet it, they DM'd me.
Oh, so you're too much of a pussy to like reveal yourself.
No, I don't
Not you,
reveal
not you,
sources.
not you.
Oh, you're saying
The viewer is too much of a pussy.
no, I guarantee if he watches the end of this show, I bet he maybe kind of watches. He definitely follows our picks and sees
Sure.
them. But if he watches the end of this show, he will then tweet it. Like I do not
Yeah,
think he's.
now that I called him out for sure.
No, I don't think he's afraid. I think he was just like, why would I tweet it? I'm gonna just.
No,
tell him
I'm just kidding around. Whoever that was, I'm just messing with you.
It
But
was your
if I
fucking
do-
mom, dude. You're selling your mom a pussy.
if
Fucked up.
if I have to do if I forfeit, I'll do I'll do 12 of the
Wait.
hottest. Whatever.
If you go down a 3-game DOD losing streak again, do you realize you'll be past 50 burgers? Probably.
Maybe.
Like that's a whole nother.
I thought we weren't bringing up my units on this.
I
show.
didn't say what you're at. You could be at 27. You could be at 15. You could be at 10. I mean, but okay, fuck it. We'll deal with it next week. But
I'm
you have
literally using a number generator to fucking pick.
I know. So you have the Bears
Yeah.
money line for
Plus
5
one.
units.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
last ditch effort.
I'm praying for you.
I can't believe it picked one of the money line ones. Like
You should say the rosary Sunday morning.
Yeah, I'll go do a confession.
Bears have a chance. They have
They have
a
a
chance.
chance, yeah, for sure.
No, they'll
No
definitely.
Michael Thomas.
I wish it wasn't a money
Yeah,
line.
is he just dead?
Who?
I don't know. Him and Sanders are apparently not playing, so the only way I
Well,
see the Bears
Sanders is
winning
out for
they just
2
like
weeks.
shut
Yeah,
them down.
Yeah.
Sanders had COVID, so he can't play for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah. But Michael Thomas, I just think he might have died. But I think he might get traded. I wouldn't be shocked if he got traded.
He's ready to get out of there, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. That
Okay.
conversation after he got in that fight with the coaches, he must have said some fucking shit in that conversation.
Oh yeah.
But all right, we'll see everyone next week. We'll tweet out the plays. It might be a solid strategy to fade Nagy, or he's due for a hot
I'm due.
Yeah.
I'm due.
So do with that as you please. We'll see everyone next week.